Hey, I am quite literally driving, well, I've just been driving home for Christmas and I'm about to get on a plane. I don't know, I guess I became aware that I am subconsciously preparing for Christmas. I've just been through a week of, I guess, doing some things that I didn't really want to. And obviously I want to now get home and relax and have the best possible Christmas that I can. And a few of the things that came across my mind I thought might be interesting to share. So I guess the first statement is from an arrogant standpoint of assuming that everybody's major needs in regards to food, shelter and warmth are met. It does seem that Christmas for a lot of people has a habit of being a bit shit. So what can we do to try and make it less shit? I think one of the key things is understanding that you might be leveling quite a significant set of expectations on how Christmas is going to be. So let's look into that first of all. Why do we have these expectations? Why do we have these preconceptions about what we think we want our perfect Christmas to look like? I think it's worth examining those preconceptions first of all. Do they come from when you were a child? Do they come from some archetypal Christmas that you had once? Or are they actually a construct, like a blend of every nice experience that you've ever had over Christmas, and in your mind you've sort of smunged that all together into this idea of what you think Christmas should be, either for you or what you should be providing for your children or your family over Christmas? Because if you've created this absolutely perfect, sublime, archetypal Christmas as a pastiche of a load of stuff that's happened over many, many years, you're probably giving yourself quite an unrealistic target to work towards. So perhaps we can acknowledge that our expectations about what Christmas is going to be are already causing us some potential problems in giving us an unrealistic target to work towards. So how can we fix that? How can we get to the point where we're not letting inflated expectations of what something's going to be affect our interpretation of it and have us constantly questioning whether we're doing the right thing through what should ideally be kind of a relaxed and happy time? And I don't think it's a particularly unfair expectation that Christmas would be a really nice family time. That's what it's for. But the way that I suppose I manage that and try and make sure that it doesn't become a stick to beat me with is to lower those expectations, or in an ideal circumstance, remove them altogether. Just go into it with a completely open mind if you can do, or maybe even manage your expectations by thinking it might be awful, and if you can genuinely convince yourself that you might have a terrible time, anything that happens that's good is going to be beneficial, right? Perhaps that's a bit of an extreme example, but yeah, I'd certainly say if you're able to take those expectations out of it and acknowledge that Christmas might be great for really weird reasons. Like, I remember a really, really fun Christmas, which I think in my memories is dominated by the fact that my wife and I sat down and beasted the whole of the Grand Tour adventure episodes night after night whilst being pleasantly drunk and eating junk food, and it was wonderful. It's certainly not a snow-covered archetypal Christmas memory, but it's something that will stick in my mind because we were content, we were happy, and all it took to do that was us both arriving at a place where watching some silly TV and laughing together was meaningful and led to a connection and a happiness. For me, I'm going to be reducing my expectations about what Christmas is supposed to be down to as close to zero as I possibly can. I'm going to try and be open-minded. I'm going to try and realise that some of the things that might turn out to be really memorable about this coming Christmas might not be the typical things. They might be just a conversation. They might be enjoying a film with the kids. It might be something that I couldn't possibly have expected, but that brings much more meaning to the experience of sharing these holidays with my family than I could ever have predicted. And I'm going to try and find a mind state that allows me to notice and be grateful for all that sort of stuff, if I possibly can. Will it work? Who knows? I'll let you know on the other side.